Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Star Destroyer Gaming, back with our Steel Division 2 Burning Baltics playthrough here as the Germans. It is the Soviets' turn, as you can see right here, our flank on this section. This kind of, I don't know if this is a river, I don't know what you would call this, canal, I'm not sure, is kind of covering this flank and forcing the Soviets to come across this bridge, which they're not, but here it's an open front, and there's kind of two roads that lead up. Here they combine, lead up to Riga, so we need to hold these, and the Soviets are kind of concentrating themselves around the roads here, so it's important that we hold these. They bombarded this, so they can't participate, and we don't have a ton of forces in the area, so because of that, I want to include an air squadron. Now, usually the Soviets only include an air squadron if they're short on ground battalions, and here they've got plenty, and so I mean this, they always like to include artillery if they can, and they're going to include this, so this is out of action, and so is this. That's just fine, because we can incorporate our Stukas here. And these will come in useful, like, later. I mean, they're not devoting any tanks to this sector, but they might later. But I can see here that we do have 4 cluster bombers that you can use, plus these. Like, if there's a big Soviet attack coming in, then I'll be using these to just hit them over and over until they die. You know, it takes 2 Stuka runs to kill a T-34. Anyway, that's about all we can incorporate. Pretty simple reasoning, because we should only have so much, so here we go. Hopefully the enemy doesn't actually bring in like fighters of some kind, though I don't think they will. All under player control, let's get this done. Alrighty. Here we go. No aircraft coming in for this one. Let's actually turn the volume just a little bit. That's better. Okay, here we go. This is coming into B, we got these in A, so let's manual deploy. We do have defenses set up, which just helps an immense amount. I think here it's worth it to put a gun pit and put our SIG in here. As she is. They're always double up vetted, so they're always really decent. Let's look here. We've got, honestly, another good spot for a 75, just because it gives you the range options, but I don't want to include that there. Instead, we'll throw down one of our 75s, because other sectors of the front is going to need our bunker 75 more, I think. Now, this is a little bit of a unique situation. As they come over the top here, I believe that we can kind of ambush them. We can move this up even more to get, like, a good range there. And then we can also... Where are our machine guns? Here we go, yeah. Machine guns embedded in the infantry. We'll throw those into this building. I believe that they will do a really good job of pinning down the enemy and forcing them back. These 3 machine guns will stop pretty much any infantry advance. And a leader, we'll drop him right here to make sure that these machine guns operate at their maximum effectiveness. Similarly here, machine gun of some kind would be good. Normally we don't do this, but let's also throw up some barbed wire to like impede the approach of incoming infantry. Okay, now for this sector, I think we can... I think maybe a pack is the right choice for this sector. If things get crazy, that'll be thrown into to assist. And do we have any pioneers? Yes, we do. So we can throw pioneers here and here to kind of slow their advance down. In fact, any other pioneers that we have would be great. I don't think we have anything else like that. And the other infantry regiment's not ready. So that's fine. Oh, let's not forget here, they want our recon up and our bombers up right away so we can hit those Katyushas before they start shooting. Almost forgot about that. That's pretty important not to forget about. Don't forget about recon. Always a key factor there. You want to make sure you have plenty of recon up. We'll put a battery commander here to buff these guys. Make them more accurate, because those first round hits are what's really important. I think it's worth it to drop a machine gun here. And maybe here. I'm not sure if there's defenses needed here or not. Probably we will need defenses, so... thinking about maybe putting some infantry here. Hold that line so it doesn't bend in too far. These guys with machine guns, they only have one MG34, but it'll still keep them at bay decently well. Looking at trenches here, let's also embed some. I guess that's a little too close. Where was available there? I don't know why. Let's try this way, drawing the trench. Oh, it's because of an elevation change, I believe. That'll be enough for some infantry there. And finally, we have this sector. Very open. In general, so a good spot for these support weapons to come into play. And then I think we'll put an IG gun there. That's a good spot for it. Let's also not forget about placing commanding officers, because they will overall buff our troops' ability to fight effectively. We only have 2 at the moment. Alrighty, let's throw some infantry in there. And let's not discount the ability of these MG42s to really hold a lot of this open ground very effectively. Definitely, I think our infantry are getting a lot of use here. I think what we'll do here actually is we'll place our infantry like this. We'll put our pioneers here to guard their left flank. And then those pioneers there will do just fine. Added to that, we can throw a little bit more infantry in to make sure it's properly held, because there's nothing worse than having a perfectly decent fortified line but just running at infantry. And I've done that in the past, kind of underestimate the infantry requirements of a defensive position. I think that bunker there would be appropriate. We'll put this here, and all this is really here to do is kind of slow down the enemy, trip them up, make them shoot at it. I don't expect these things to really be knocking out any targets. Really, same thing for that. These are just here to soak. Actually, let's drop this here. These are only really here to soak up enemy fire. I think we'll put our other IG gun here too. It's definitely a decent spot. But yeah, those are there to soak up the enemy fire, not there to necessarily actually have a tremendously powerful impact on the battlefield, if you will. Okay, and it looks like our artillery regiment, don't forget. Also has a decent supply of MGs. This is looking just a little bit open, so that's why I'm kind of buffing them a little bit. finally, I think some more recon couldn't hurt, although I'm not quite sure where they should go. Let's draw some defenses here and put the trench line and put those artillery commanders in there. Because they are just, you know, tougher. And finally, these guys have a pretty good view, so we'll drop some radio-equipped observers there. I think we're all set, so let's start the battle. Get our JUs out. And our recon, and then our bombers out.
Geben Sie mir nur ein Ziel.
Okay, here we go. I'm just searching for Katyushas here. Or mortars, but mostly Katyushas. Knockout.
Der brennt lichterloh.
Here we go.
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
Katyusha lining us up to fire. It appears this way. And these guys seem kind of tightly packed to me, so I'm actually going to draw these back. Because I really don't want them getting hit. Okay, this should be good. Too bad this thing's a little slow. Ooh. Now I can see here that there's a second Katyusha preparing a fire, so the sector's gonna get hit by 2 salvos at once. So it's a good thing that we kind of put our guys together there to prevent that from happening. Just counting right now, knocking out as many trucks as I can. Yeah, they got their rounds off, sadly. Ooh, and we got a third one here.
Rabe 4, warte auf Einsatzbefehl.
Looks like a triple barrage on this position. Glad these guys are moving because that's gonna hurt. Wow. They could definitely leverage a tremendous amount of firepower like on any position, which is why to fight these without air power is like almost impossible. Like that is just the worst. It just is awful.
Zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
There we go.
Scheiße, es hat einen erwischt. Das hat
Completing our
gesessen.
runs. And incredibly, there are lots more positions already I'm identifying as targets. A lot of enemy guns positions here. Cannot wait for more reinforcement points because we definitely need them. These guys are already taking heavy fire.
Verdammt, hier ist ganz schön was los. Weder Freund noch Feind, nur lohnende Ziele.
We've got to get more air power now.
Volle Deckung.
Speed this up just a little bit, just because, like...
Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel.
Oh man, bro, come on. Alrighty. There we go, paused. Let's grab 2 more bombers. Now what do we have here?
Führe Tiefflugangriff
That,
durch.
to me, it looks like a opportunity to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Is that another? Oh, that's like a
Ziel vernichtet.
No way. As annoying as this is, and like as many casualties as we'll take from it, you gotta remember this is still a lot better than the alternative, which is like, I'm glad we can face them now.
Mehr Feuerkraft gefällig.
Have their shots get absorbed by an infantry regiment, which we comparatively have a lot of. And get the opportunity to kill these high quality
Jawohl, Kommandant.
enemy units here.
Stellung halten, Soldaten.
Go get them, boys.
Hier fliegt bald alles in die Luft.
They're just hitting all the spots of
Wartet auf
resistance is the
Feuerkoordinaten.
most important. Like, we're already almost... I mean, this is a bad situation. Right here, I'm glad that I... put these guys here and that thing, because it's at least slowing them down. This will be a longer battle, no doubt. Which means that we have the chance to kill more of the enemy. That Katusha is down. Waiting for this reinforcement tick here. It looks like we actually missed a shot here. Either that or got caught up in like the secondary explosion of something else. But either way, we have another Stuka.
Geben Sie mir nur ein
And
Ziel.
I think it's best of easy to take this thing out.
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
Ah, the SIG gun is down. That's really unfortunate.
Breiter Hauptmann.
These guys actually are well-equipped infantry. They have double the machine guns of these guys. So that's not good for me. We're going to have to pull this back here so that this thing can engage, I think.
Vorsichtig, Männer, der Feind ist in der Nähe.
Oh, man. Just hitting everything is important.
Wir können nicht mehr.
No, stop, bro. Shit.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
We're gonna have that one fall back. Hopefully some more bombers will
Haha, das hat
be ready
gesessen.
shortly.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Ohne uns wären sie blind. An alle Einheiten, Feind gesichtet.
Oh, now those guys have got to fall back too.
Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit.
Move them into that corner a little bit. And ready the next wave. And also, unfortunately, these D5s are kind of running out of gas. Looks like we have a Katusha reloading here.
Verstanden.
So we'll take that out, and this right here. We make our two targets.
Zur Stelle, Hauptmann. Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit. Die haben wir niedergemäht.
Yeah, those guys have got to pull back.
Stellung halten, Soldaten.
Glad those
Den
infantry
hat's
there
erwischt.
have actually held up as well as they have.
Wir gewinnen diesen Krieg. Das ist ein Befehl.
This thing has also got to go. These infantry support guns are prime targets for me. Wow, this thing, all this stuff is already down. That's crazy.
Zum Schützenrodel aufgehen. Mir nach.
Damn. I also ideally want to use the Stukas to break up infantry attacks where there's a lot of pressure, like right there, but they're so
Den hat's
busy
erwischt.
being used in
Verdammt,
basically
ist ganz
in
schön
a
was
counter
los.
battery role. I mean, look at this, bro. Holy shit. Here we go. It looks like our first original ones are now coming back into action. Unfortunately, our recon is about to be retired, though, as well.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
Okay, looks like we have another launch point here. In fact, two different Stukas here. Glad that we have a 500-pound bomb
Luftwaffe nicht am Ende.
Stuka to use on that. This recon is about to head out. We have another one here.
Volltreffer. Ziel zerstört.
Bro, I might not be able to knock them out fast enough. Like, we
Noch
might
ist die
still
Luftwaffe nicht am
lose.
Ende. Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
Now let's concentrate firepower on that thing. You guys are almost out of ammo. Holy shit, bruh. And I thought I was in a really good spot. I was like, yeah, we got... I was like, yeah, you know, we pretty much got what we need. Like, we're good. Yeah, maybe not.
Ich werde Ihnen zeigen, wie ein preußischer Offizier kämpfen kann.
Our recon Stukas are now out. We are out of reconnaissance.
Haha, das hat gesessen. Verdammt, hier ist ganz schön was los.
So now we don't know where the enemy's at or what they're up to. Hopefully this thing will get both Katyushas and a supply check that they're probably sending to help them. Okay. Meanwhile, let's send this to take this out. Add in a little bit of infantry support.
Haha, das hat gesessen. Kehren zurück zum
Feels
Fliegerhorn.
good to focus on infantry support a little bit, but that's almost certainly because I'm simply not seeing all the Katyushas that are probably all over the place now.
Es ist mir eine Ehre, die Männer anzuführen. Vorsichtig, Männer, der Feind ist in der Nähe. Der Motor überhitzt und ich ebenso.
There's no point in this guy getting away. Might as well just stand and fight, honestly. Looks like a large truck concentration. That's also going to have to be taken out eventually.
Der ist hinüber. Verdammt, bleihaltige Luft.
Yeah, definitely took out,
Muss Einsatz abbrechen.
I think, at least 3 vehicles there.
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung.
Too bad that we don't have more reconnaissance. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, thought that was a Katyusha just from the loading circle. This sector needs reinforcements, so it's gonna fall.
Ziel vernichtet. Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorn.
Okay, where are we sending
Geben
these?
Sie mir nur.
Well, we're sending one of them here.
Verstanden.
That's for sure. We'll probably see another plume in a second.
Stehen bereit. Wir begeben uns zur Koordinate. Ah, es hat mich erwischt!
Oh, here we go. Got a 76.2, that's worth taking out.
Ruhe, herhören. Langsam zur Stelle.
Bro, like a horror movie, there's so many Russians.
Männer, mir nach. Was sollen wir ohne Munition machen?
Like, this is crazy, dude.
Bereit, Herr Hauptmann. Marschformation. Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Like, I can't stop them all, there's too many. Ah, another infantry gun.
Der Tod kommt von oben.
Please kill that thing.
Von hier aus hat man eine tolle Aussicht.
Now we have another recon plane up.
Luftabwehr
We need more targets. Too bad they wasted a round on that. That was unfortunate.
Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit.
I really want to use these in the close support role, but I know it's a terrible idea.
Was soll der ohne Munition machen?
Dude,
Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
what are you even gonna do against this thing?
Leere das Gebiet auf.
Bro, okay, that's a worthwhile infantry target. You know what, man? Like, F it, bro. Like,
Verstanden.
there's too many.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Infanterie bereit. Packt zusammen und dann los.
Okay, those guys better fall back. And I think even these guys too are gonna have to withdraw. These guys are almost out of ammo. A tight situation for sure. I think at this point, it's worth it to drop some reinforcements down. Although we don't have much available. We'll also drop one more infantry unit right over here.
Aufklärungsflugzeug bereit.
Meanwhile, it looks like we have another Katyusha spotted.
Haha, das hat gesessen. Rabe 4, bereit zum Angriff. Bereiter Hauptmann.
Yeah, take that pocket out, please.
Bodenstelle, was steht auf dem Plan?
Hell
Was
yeah.
sollen wir ohne Munition machen?
I don't actually know how many that killed, but at least it drove down their numbers. Or pinned them down, I mean.
Verstanden und bestätigt. Verstanden.
Is this thing on the move here or not? It's not. Okay, so target that. Steady target that position as well. Ooh, snipers killed those guys.
Stehen bereit. Marschformation.
Looks like our reinforcements are reaching the front line in some areas. Now I'm moving this up because I anticipate, honestly, seeing a, oh, here we go.
Verstanden.
Looks like a 76mm gun. I anticipate seeing some Katyushas, and yeah, there's two right here.
Verdammt, ich wurde schwer getroffen.
Retask that Katyusha to hit those. Those are two Katyushas are obviously more valuable
Infanterie
target.
bereit. Verdammt, ich wurde schwer getroffen.
Looks like we have some Katyushas up
Führe
now
Tiefflugangriff durch.
that we can bring to the table. We have here, let's hit that as well. And we have
Staffel erwartet Befehle.
Katyusha ready that we can, or one more, excuse me.
Der ist hinüber.
That was not moving, so we'll hit that hardy piece. So our guys here are holding out decently well, although things aren't great. I just want to knock these out before they get their salvo off, because that's really scary concentration.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Aufklärungsflugzeug bereit. Absitzen, sofort. Vorsichtig, Männer, der Feind ist in der Nähe.
Sanitäter!
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Rabe 4, warte auf Einsatzbefehl.
Wir sind festgenagelt!
Rabe Feind aufgeklärt.
Sanitäter!
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Der Tod kommt von oben. Verstanden und bestätigt. Tod kommt von oben.
So I think we can see now the enemy is pressuring us pretty severely.
Verstanden und bestätigt.
Which is why I'm slowly starting to task more guys to hitting enemy troop concentrations.
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
And I think we're going to start putting a lot more points into infantry reinforcements now. These guys are at this point out of ammo.
Absitzen, sofort. Los, Jungs, Augen auf.
Go drag a munitions truck up and resupply these guys. And these guys, because both of them are really in need of it.
Zur Stelle. Die haben wir niedergemäht.
Interesting,
Oh,
the
man,
AI
it's abgesehen.
considers the same spots to be like, how would you say it, like optimal.
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
I don't know where that guy's going, but I think we can turn it. Beautiful hit. And we have a lot more points, so let's grab some more Stukas. And get those resupplies up that I was talking about us needing. Here and here. As well as here. And here as well. And here we actually need a lot more reinforcements. So we're going to include things like the machine guns here from the different infantry companies. Another leader. This group's commandant. Drop him there. And then I think also we'll drop one of the infantry guns there as support, and we'll put another infantry gun, I think, here to replace the ones that we lost. Finally, we have room for one more Stuka to come into action. Space for one more Stuka.
Schlachtflieger bereit.
Now let's look over all of our targets and decide which ones are the juiciest and most worth hitting.
Haha, das hat gesessen.
I'm wondering why that WLA is just sitting there, making me feel a little bit nervous actually.
Ändere Kurs auf 360.
Now let's send these over here to get more targets that we haven't revealed yet.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
Yeah, we definitely want to avoid a draw. That was
Ziel
not
ausgeschaltet.
a lot of Dushka trucks are concentrated in this area, it seems. Like enough that they're damaging our Stukas to a significant degree.
Der Motor überhitzt. Und ich ebenso.
Well, this is not moving, so we'll knock this out.
Verstanden und bestätigt.
We have a good target right there. This is not moving, so we'll knock it out. Wow, with 2 of those bombs, that's crazy. Yeah, this will go into this.
Das wird ein Kinderspiel.
Yeah, and honestly, infantry concentrations are not a non-worthwhile use of this weapon anymore. Like, there's just so many that it's just time, basically.
Ohne uns wären sie blind.
I want to check for Katyushas over here.
Der Motor überhitzt. Und ich ebenso.
Make sure they don't
Kehren
start
zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
poking up again.
Ich habe hier das Kommando. Breiter Hauptmann. Was sollen wir ohne Munition machen?
Die haben wir niedergemäht.
We're at a draw at the moment, which we will be rectifying shortly.
Aufklärungsflugzeug bereit.
Okay, so yeah, let's bring that all the way back over. This is pretty clear where that one is. For some reason, they're not firing right away. It might be because a lot of them survived the first salvo and are reloading.
Wir gewinnen diesen Krieg. Das ist ein Befehl. Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
I do suppose that a lot of them are shorter on ammo now. Okay, it's official. We have every respectable bomb-carrying Stuka we can send out hitting enemy targets. That's a lot of firepower. That's enough to hit a tank. Like, knock out a tank in one hit for sure. Let's pause for a second. I want this one, the more heavily armed one, to go after these guys, because that's a better target. You can see just the tremendous amount of firepower that they can levy. Nice, they took 2 guns out there. These other sectors here, I think they're in need of air support. Because the enemy is pressuring them so hard. And here as well, as soon as we get some available, I want to send some support to these guys. Meanwhile, though, I think a straight infantry portion of that sector is going to be just what we need to kind of rectify those positions. Don't know why that happened like that, but that's okay. Oh, wow, these guys are just straight up out of ammo. So probably not too good for holding positions against anything.
Der ist hinüber. Stehen bereit.
Well, let's keep the line up to the best of our ability here.
Der ist hinüber.
We're now starting to inflict a lot of casualties upon the enemy.
Hier geht der Treibstoff aus. So verstanden. Ende. Wie sieht's aus, Hauptmann? Verstanden. Geschütz wird bewegt, Herr Kommandant. Zielkoordinaten, Kommandant.
Here we go. These guys are all set.
Das hat gesessen.
Let's put that into the old position. These guys are reoccupying the old positions there. I want to drop some infantry in here to replace those guys who are probably pretty tired now. As well as up to here. Let's also throw an infantry wave at him here and see how they handle that. And yeah, let's get a Stuka to help these guys, because damn, they need support.
Der Tod kommt von oben.
But to be like clutch with that Cass coming in, just right on top of him. I think adding these longer range weapons back basically to the repertoire, since they were taken out, is going to help reestablish our control of this open space. And let's do another MG there. And then maybe get an MG here too. I guess I don't really have enough for that. We'll drop a battery field there just to give those guys a little more like meat, and then another one of these here. Too bad I unloaded all these support weapons too close, so now they're taking a lot of fire.
Vorsichtig, Männer, der Feind ist in der Nähe. Ich bin bald da. Weder Freund noch Feind, nur lohnende Ziele. Die haben wir niedergemäht.
Oh, we have a Katusha spotted. Yikes, just terrible.
Ziel ausgeschaltet.
Very.
Verstanden und bestätigt.
Looks like 2 Katyushas actually.
Verstanden.
Very high effect. It looks like these guys lost their targets, so instead I'm gonna task them to destroy that.
Los geht's,
Fall
Männer.
back!
Hauptmann. Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
Alright, try to advance and take those positions back.
Marionette auflassen. Wähler auf Ihre Befehle.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle. Zum Schützenrodel aufgehen. Mir nach.
I think we'll have them advance just straight up. See what they can do. These guys are running low on ammo. We have another D5 ready here to hit.
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
Let's say those guys there, and we'll throw another recon out, get an eye on things.
Haha, das hat gesessen.
Was sollen wir ohne Munition machen? Unten bleiben!
I don't know what the hell is happening here, but okay.
Haha, das hat gesessen. Zu Ihren Diensten, Herr Kommandant. Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Ladeschütze. Panzergranate bereithalten. Man kann nie wissen.
Sadly, that IG gun, as soon as it went up, got knocked back down.
Aber Feind aufgeklärt.
Shit, bro.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
Let's order them to advance wholesale, except for our support weapons, which we'll keep in the current positions.
Guter Schuss!
Also seeing a lot of enemy infantry in this sector.
Noch ist die Luftwaffe nicht am Ende. Der Tod kommt von oben.
Well, I thought I took care of that, but it must have just came back in again.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Siegpunkt erreicht. Raus mit euch. Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt? Der brennt lichterloh.
Order spotted.
Verstanden.
It seems like the enemy is deploying these, possibly because they are short now of what they would be usually using.
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch. Verstanden. Stehen bereit.
Get them.
Vorsichtig, Männer. Der Feind ist in der Nähe.
Die haben wir niedergemäht.
Yeah, get them to withdraw back.
Rabe 4. Warte auf Einsatzbefehl.
Get some Stuka support for those guys in. This counterattack is taking shape, I think having a good effect. Sealing that gap.
Unten bleiben!
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Leitstelle. Bereit zum Angriff. Aber Feind aufgeklärt. Das hat gesessen. Rabe 4. Bereit zum
Man, there's
Angriff.
so many, we just gotta keep hitting them.
Können nicht mehr.
Aufklärer zu Ihren Diensten.
Wow, I think I took enough AA that they're actually falling back now. Good thing we have another D5 ready to hit that mortar. You can kind of tell right away, this is the way it's positioned and the amount of crew it has left. You can kind of see what's going on over there.
Pack zur Stelle. Volltreffer. Sie ist zerstört.
Too bad those guys occupied our trenches. That's pretty annoying.
Staffel erwartet Befehle. Wir können nicht mehr.
Oh, they're breaching the perimeter. Let's get infantry and kick them back out. And we'll also start deploying our artillery. Which is always good at having a positive effect on enemy numbers. And by positive, I mean negative effect on enemy numbers. Too bad though, we're now pretty much out of infantry. Actually, we're like completely out of infantry thanks to my maneuvers. Well, that's the one thing the Soviets have in abundance, is the ability to just keep dropping in infantry. And I can't really do that to the same degree.
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
Sanitäter! Haha, das hat gesessen.
Aber Feind aufgeklärt. Führe Tiefflugangriff
Yeah, it
durch.
looks like we may have destroyed all their Katyushas.
Stehen bereit.
These guys should fall back.
Verstanden. Wir geben auf.
Bereiter Hauptmann. Los geht's, Männer.
Dude, there's so
Yes,
many that
do that.
at some point they've just got to like retreat right back through the town.
Vorwärts, Männer, aber schießt erst auf mein Kommando.
Okay, now let's establish definitive goals for these troops to get to. So that works a little bit better. We've got our localized artillery, organic to the infantry batteries, and we'll start setting up one more right here.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
Okay, meanwhile it appears...
Verstanden und bestätigt.
Wow, these guys are just completely out.
Das hat gesessen.
But we're just gonna have to keep using infantry to... or planes to compensate for these huge enemy numbers.
Leitstelle, bereit zum Angriff.
While simultaneously taking out support weapons which are useful to the enemy.
Es ist mir eine Ehre, die Männer anzuführen. Wir müssen hier raus!
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle?
Let's send this guy's over as a little bit of a rescue force. We have some detectable enemies there. Has the artillery been deployed from this? Nope, not yet.
Siegpunkt erreicht. Raus mit euch.
Mehr Feuerkraft gefällig?
Well, good news for my
Kehren
guys.
zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
We're about to
Wie lautet Ihr Befehl, Hauptmann?
change the weight of artillery on the battlefield
Siegpunkt erreicht. Raus mit euch.
to a significant degree. That's gonna help a lot.
Kehren
Just
zurück zum
suppressing
Fliegerhorst.
the enemy infantry pushes.
feuerbereit. Seid vorsichtig, Kameraden.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
Here we go.
Absitzen, sofort.
Feuer und Bewegung. Haha, das hat gesessen.
Jawohl, Kommandant.
Let's have these guys reoccupy the town limits. Somehow, though, we keep losing objectives. This
Was
one's...
sollen wir ohne Munition machen?
Verstanden
I
und
think we can
bestätigt.
safely say that the enemy mortar is probably like literally just right there.
Haben Sie viel Luftabwehr dort?
Just from experience.
Das wird ein Kinderspiel. Absitzen, sofort.
Artillery is landing, having a good effect.
Wollen Sie mitfahren?
Although it seems like all the artillery has decided instantaneously at the same spot as the best one. Which is why I'm setting up this battery here, because they can only hit things in this little arc. So I want them to be right there, so that we can hit other things other than the same spot repeatedly over and over again.
Ruhe, Mehrheit. Wachsam bleiben.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Holy shit, let's not forget about all of our planes that we have
Der
available
Tod kommt
too.
von oben.
Haha, das hat gesessen.
Okay, F it.
Auf wen haben Sie es abgesehen?
Now we're just gonna start killing infantry. Now I'm mad. Now we're
Kann
just
die
killing,
Kugel an mir
now we're just
vorbei
killing
zerstören?
infantry.
Ein Abschuss mehr. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Whoop, we have a enemy gun detected that's actually firing.
Schlachtflieger bereit. Verstanden.
Oh, and another one right here. Oh, and another one right here.
Sie siegt.
Was sollen wir ohne Munition machen?
Rabe 4. Warte auf Einsatzbefehl. Zieh den Arsch an Hand. Lanzer zur Stelle.
It's crazy how I'm having all this effect on target, and yet,
Absitzen, sofort.
Einsatzbereit.
still feel like so overwhelmed by enemy fire. Okay, let's put all of the 120s into one battery. Give them a supply truck. I think pioneers are in order here.
Wir sind getroffen. Zur Stelle,
Oh
Hauptmann.
shit, fall back.
Lanzer zur Stelle. Der ist hinüber.
Those guys gotta pull back too now.
Vorwärts, aber schließt die Flanken. Sanitäter!
Yeah, these guys have gotta retreat, damn. They took too much fire.
Der Tod kommt von oben. Munition! Verdammt, wir brauchen Munition!
Ah, I hate 120mm mortars.
Geben Sie mir nur ein Ziel. Zu Befehl, Fliegerführer.
I hate them, bro.
Geben Sie mir nur ein Ziel.
Wir sind ja ein leichtes Ziel.
You can kind of see now that the artillery is landing how,
Tiefflugangriff durch.
although mortars and artillery is great, or I mean, while Stukas are great, they're just not a substitute for artillery. Like, artillery is a much more prevalent presence on the battlefield. It just does a lot more damage.
Munition! Verdammt, wir brauchen Munition!
Ziel vernichtet.
versus like these other
Staffel
means.
erwartet Befehle. Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
Which are arguably a little bit less effective.
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch.
Haha, das hat gesessen.
Glad the artillery is switching up targets, although I still think the priority should be here. I mean, rightfully so.
Kehrt zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Wir stehen unter starkem Beschuss. Zieh den Arsch anhalten. Das hat gesessen. Achtung.
They've got to be shooting there just as fast as they can keep reloading to keep taking those guys out like that. Yikes. Okay, we don't have any more artillery there. We have a little bit, yeah, 6 more mortars left here. And both of those are going to get a supply truck to keep them active. As will, let's see this here. And that's it, I'm out of points again.
Mir geht der Treibstoff aus. Unten bleiben!
Oh, here we go. We got enemy piece to counter battery on.
Fertig machen, Männer! Führe Tiefflugangriff durch. Kehrt zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
Infanterie bereit.
Let's get the guys that are totally out of ammo just gotta like withdraw at this point.
Absitzen, sofort.
Wow, it is so satisfying to see him just get
Geben Sie mir
ripped
nur
apart.
ein Ziel. Der ist hinüber. Halbzeit, ich muss zurück.
Okay, next up, we're putting support here. And I guess now I'm gonna start tasking these just because I have nothing better to do.
Transportkommando bereit. Der ist hinüber. Ruhe, erhören. Der brennt lichterloh. Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
It's like all the artillery in the world can't stop this. Soviet hordes.
Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel. Haha, das hat gesessen. Ziel vernichtet.
Man, if there's anywhere that needs all that
Leitstelle,
150
bereit
mil
zum Angriff.
firepower, I think it's here right now.
Waffen scharf. Verstanden.
I think that's what we needed at the moment because this is crazy.
Verstanden.
And I've definitely been a little bit too short providing these guys with firepower.
Los, die warten schon auf uns.
To the point where we may have to just stop them just because of the sector, honestly. Which I think we can do.
Haha, das hat gesessen. Haha, das hat gesessen.
Munition, verdammt, wir brauchen Munition. Bereit, Panzer zu knacken. Lass mich raus. Ich will nach Hause. Lass mich gehen. Wir sind getroffen. Mehr Feuerkraft gefällig? Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Unten bleiben!
Fire at will, boys. Fire at will.
Geschütz bereit, Herr Kommandant. Volltreffer!
Victor.
Ooh, they captured my supply truck.
Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel. Da ist Bewegung drin.
Flieger sind Sieger.
Wir stehen unter starkem Beschuss. Wir sind getroffen. Staffel erwartet Befehle. Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur
Damn it,
lohnende
now we're
Ziele.
basically have to use these against infantry squads.
Hier geht der Treibstoff aus. Der Tod kommt von oben.
I don't think I've ever seen. I've played a lot of Steel Division 2 campaigns. And I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Like just sheer infantry getting shredded by this much artillery. This is nuts.
Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel. Ziel vernichtet.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Marschformation.
Wir sind getroffen.
Was sollen wir ohne Munition machen? Ruhe, herhören.
Like by the time this battle is over, we will have significantly reduced the number of enemy guys. Like in this whole this division will be like seriously under strength now after this battle.
Rabe 4, bereit zum Angriff. Das hat gesessen. Schlachtflieger bereit.
Alright,
Ziel vernichtet.
let's keep hitting
Wir
these
sind
infantry
bereit, Herr
squads
Kommandant.
just over and over and over.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
I just want this battle to be over, man. This is exhausting.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle?
Wir sind getroffen.
Like
Was sollen wir
what?
ohne
Like
Munition machen?
Das hat gesessen. Zielkoordinaten, Kommandant.
okay, do we have any more supply? Oh, there we go. We got supply there. Okay. That's good. Thought we were just completely out for a second.
Wir sind getroffen. Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur lohnende Ziele.
Leitstelle, bereit zum Angriff.
Man, like screw it, boys. You just gotta keep hitting them over and over and over.
Ziel vernichtet. Wir stehen unter starkem Beschuss. Ziel vernichtet.
Auf wen haben Sie es abgesehen? Vorsicht, dieses Flugzeug hält nicht viel aus. Verstanden.
Bereit, Herr Hauptmann.
Okay, now these guys are gonna fall back some.
Fertig machen zum Sprung, wir greifen gleich.
On account of just a complete lack of long-range firepower. Let's see here, those guys should pull back.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst. Verstanden und bestätigt. Der Motor überhitzt. Und ich ebenso.
Der brennt lichterloh.
Zu Befehl, Fliegerführer.
Let's get some recon out
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
so we have a good idea what's going on over there.
Ziel vernichtet.
Why? Why do they keep
Der Motor
advancing
überhitzt.
here?
Und ich ebenso.
Like, just break off the attack, please.
Kehren
Rounds
zurück
of
zum
all
Fliegerhorst.
calibers just landing around, shredding these guys.
Wir können nicht mehr.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Los geht's, Männer.
And every time they make any progress, I mean, they just get pinned again.
Auf wen haben Sie es abgesehen? Rabe 4, bereit zum Angriff.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt.
Haha, das hat gesessen.
Staffel erwartet Befehle.
Wir sind
Oh my
getroffen.
god. Bruh. Imagine meeting these guys.
Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel. Beziehen neue Feuerstellung.
Zu Ihren Diensten, Herr Kommandant.
Kill them, please.
Das wird ein Kinderspiel.
Wir haben keine Geschosse mehr. Sanitäter!
Jawohl, Kommandant.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhaus.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle. Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
Okay, you guys are out of ammo. Time to pull back.
So verstanden. Ende.
Honestly, I'm just looking at them like, please stop. Like, it's better for everybody to just
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch. Rabe 4. Warte auf Einsatzbefehl.
Or not even surrender, just break off the attack.
Rabe 4. Bereit zum Angriff.
Wir
This
sind
is
getroffen!
horrific bloodshed.
Halbzeit. Ich muss zurück.
Bajonette aufpflanzen.
Verstanden und bestätigt.
Hier fliegt bald alles in die Luft!
And also, I don't
Sanitäter!
really
Los geht's, Männer.
understand how this is considered a
Lanza
draw.
zur
But,
Stelle.
like, okay, whatever.
Auf, Soldaten!
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhaus.
Bereit, Herr Hauptmann.
Ziel vernichtet!
Führe Tiefflugangriff durch. Aufklärer zu Ihren Diensten. Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhaus.
Oh, okay, well, these guys are out of ammo. Oopsie. Yep, actually, yeah, we're out of supply trucks now. Cool.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Rabe 4. Warte auf Einsatzbefehl.
Wir stehen unter starkem Beschuss!
Zieh den Arsch an Hand.
Geben Sie mir nur ein Ziel.
Those guys just ran out of ammo for the second time, and I don't think I can keep sustaining them.
Zielkoordinaten, Kommandant.
Geschütz bereit, Herr Kommandant. Wir sind leer geschossen!
Ah, we have more artillery type
Verstanden und
targets.
bestätigt. Der Tod kommt von oben.
Lageinformation.
How do we not have any Stukas to even hit these? I guess because I've been using them for ground attack over and over and
Was
over.
sollen wir ohne Munition
but still.
machen?
Schlachtflieger bereit.
Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel! Wir sind festgenagelt!
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhaus. Fertig machen, Männer. Verstanden.
We are definitely running low on ammo now in a lot of areas.
Volltreffer. Ziel zerstört.
Jawohl, Kommandant. Der ist hinüber.
Sanitäter! Unten bleiben!
Auf wen haben Sie es abgesehen? Waffen scharf. Mich hat's erwischt.
Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur lohnende Ziele.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhaus.
Please stop attacking me.
Wie wäre es mit Trommelfeuer?
Quit making me I'll wipe you guys out.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Noch ist die Luftwaffe nicht am Ende.
Oh, okay, we have
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt?
Wir sind leer geschossen!
active max.
Hier fliegt bald alles in die Luft!
Zeug bereit.
It's almost a shame I can't get more, but I am glad this battle is over.
Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur
And I
lohnende
mean, they
Ziele.
deserve to have a draw. Like, they put in the effort, I'll tell you that. Okay, what are the team stats here? 64 to 578. Like, what? Yo, that's crazy. Obviously, all of my Stukas did work, killing the enemy. Under every Stuka, there's a huge total, and under the MG42 bunkers, not surprisingly. Glad that, ooh, that's bad. I was able to limit the impact of the enemy Katyushas a lot, only didn't lose too many units from them. Looking at overall totals, wow. Yeah, they lost. Good to see them losing those. I'm pretty sure that's all of the, yeah, it's 8, 8, and 8. That's all of their Katyushas. We did knock them all out. We got a fair amount of these, but not a ton. And then a good amount of mortars, too. And in consequence, we didn't lose really much artillery, much of anything, just infantry, which is the one thing we actually have a lot of. Although I was stretched pretty thin there. Like, I don't know why this is still counted as a unit, because it has no artillery left. I caused them a lot of casualties in, like, pretty much every area. And this looks like it participated as well. A lot of these guys, their only intact full unit is their 45mm guns, which, if I was the civvies, I'd be using more. But anyway, now we're getting attacked here, and we're going to prosecute this battle as well. This is an infantry division headquarters, so it has some decent stuff available. I'm seeing only 1, 2 units really max an A, so I'm thinking I don't really want to include the Fusiliers because I don't really like them very much. That's an interesting question if we should include air power or not, and if so, what kind? That being said, I don't really have very much to contribute to the battle. I think this recon group is what I want to do. I have a suspicion that the enemy are going to try to use some air... Well, I will use these. Can't say for sure. And I might just be wasting these, but at the very least this will give me extra points to start the battle with. But I hope they do deploy aircraft so I can shoot some down. Okay, and they brought in a fighter regiment specifically, and a mortar regiment, which is Katyushas, so I'm glad I have some air power. As you can see, this is the classic multiplayer map here. Got them 2 10mm for show. If all I have is fighters, when I have is fighters, we're going to have a big aerial battle, which can be kind of fun, especially when you have a slight advantage as what's offered by a little bit of on-the-ground flak. In this case, I do have 4 of those. And 2 20mm. So 6 20mm, basically. Okay, we have a lot of starting points. I guess I should be used to this, but this is going to be a big battle as well. So, let's look at our positions. I'm not super familiar with this map in their context of like against AI, so we'll have to evaluate a little bit, but I think we'll do very well here. We want to try to clear the air of his enemy fighters as much as possible before... And look, I have no bombers, so I'm going to have to try to strafe the Katyushas and knock them out. Wow, there's so many points, it's a little bit overwhelming. Yeah, I guess we'll put that there. Holding this line right here. Well, I guess we'll throw down a 37mm. I don't know what its field of view is going to be. Yeah, it's decent. And here, I want to put an MG42 bunker, but I think that the infantry with their like MG42s are actually a better bet for that. was one of the little farmhouses there. I guess this is just like a general smattering of troops, but you kind of want to make sure all that's covered. And then here we'll put battery Führer, tougher, and we want them there because we're expecting this area to be under enemy artillery. Put some. These guys are fortunately kind of weak infantry, but it's okay. And these are here just to kind of just soak up enemy fire, not to practically do too much. Alright, do we have any more? I want to put a backup MG42 here. A support. And then throw down trenches for our guys to occupy. Into those we will throw some of our additional grenadiers. Wow, we pretty much used all of those there.
Lanzer zur Stelle.
Stabswache are actually pretty good for like perimeter fence because they have the triple, or the double MG42s. And I'll put those guys in there for fun because that'll chip up the enemy in that sector for sure. Now let's get our commandants out. Okay, that's a good mix of those. Now let's see here. Yeah, this is a big map, so there's a lot to control. Looking for good fields of fire for the MG42s. Definitely anticipating just a lot of pressure in general.
Stehen bereit.
What do we have left for defenses? Okay, that's decent. We have these gun pits into which we can entrench further. Good quality guns like that 75. Over here, this is really the perfect place
MG einsatzbereit.
to drop a 75 mil, cover that exposed area. Put a gun pit right here, and put the SIG gun in there.
Infanterie bereit.
Good IG-18 spot. That's part of like a little bit of a secondary line. I guess we can drop there. And that's a little bit exposed, but I honestly think a IG would be good there as well. Where are they? Here we go. Alrighty, even more infantry. I think this map, wow, it just takes like a lot of infantry, honestly, to cover. Like in its entirety. Okay, and this infantry division HQ has machine guns, which let's deploy those around. And we're really not short, honestly, on anti-tank guns either. Like on the whole.
Befehle, Kommandant?
Now let's scatter around our anti-aircraft guns. I think it provides a decent mix there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the positions I want to hold, and decently well held now. So now I want to have just enough fighters to kind of like overwhelm the enemy a little bit, you know, make sure we have just a ton in the air. And we'll finish by dropping some recon around. Because having that better look at intelligence, better look at the enemy is always worth it. Okay, let's launch the battle. We'll deploy this all at once. The enemy should respond with fighters, and then they'll be fighting over this flak area here. Standard enemy column and approach.
Feindgesicht, Ziel auffassen.
Der brennt lichterloh.
They actually might start buying fighters next tick once they realize, oh, you know,
Ja,
we might need
Hauptmann.
those here.
Ein Abschussring mehr.
We're just sniping.
Indianer voraus, bereit für den Angriff.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it looks like these guys actually have fighter bombers, which I don't here. Oh, good kill. I think we're also gonna get our start our artillery train early.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
And actually, we need to get more fighters now, ASAP, I think.
Klasse, Ziel zerstört.
Oh shit.
Ihre Befehle.
Or alternatively, we could get recon fighters out and then spot where that enemy heavy already is and start taking it out.
Siegpunkt erreicht. Raus mit euch.
For now, though, let's put
Transportkommando bereit.
those guys on counter battery.
Machen uns bereit, Herr Kommandant.
Oh shit, bro. Yeah, they got some heavy artillery of some kind. Yeah, I see it now. That's some dangerous stuff there.
Wir haben Verluste erlitten.
Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur lohnende Ziele.
An alle Einheiten, Feind gesichtet.
Bodenstelle. Was steht auf dem Plan?
Here we go, next tick as expected. They're throwing a bunch more fighters out.
Ändere Kurs. Aufklärungsflugzeug bereit. Erwarte Anweisungen. Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur lohnende Ziele. Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur lohnende Ziele.
Maybe, you know what? I think maybe the best solution is more amount heavy already to suppress them.
Bodenstelle. Was steht auf dem Plan?
I think that'll actually work a lot better. Looks like they actually made their way in here.
Landzeit durchsetzt.
We really want to keep their artillery under control. Because,
Es hinüber. Erwarte Anweisungen. Freie Jagd.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt!
Korridor.
Was sollen wir ohne Munition machen?
Der geht
because
in Flammen
next phase is
auf.
gonna get Katyushas and things are gonna be bad if we don't have their counter already in hand.
Flieger sind Sieger. Der Treibstoff reicht gerade noch für den Rückflug.
Machen uns bereit, Herr Kommandant.
Aufgepasst, Männer, es geht los.
Ziel vernichtet. Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel.
Flieger sind Sieger. Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung.
Sanitäter!
Korridor.
An alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet.
Korridor. Nachschub ist schon unterwegs. Zur Stelle, Kommandant.
Feind gesichtet. Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen. Die haben wir niedergemäht.
Mich hat's erwischt! Höre Sie laut und deutlich. Ende. Freie Jagd. Der geht in Flammen auf.
Feind in der Nähe. Beschützt die Artillerie.
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans.
Okay, that is the last artillery, so as silly as it sounds, we have to rely on that, basically. Well, actually, never mind. We do have actually a little bit more. I lied. It's okay. We have a little bit more.
Zur Stelle, Kommandant.
Yeah, we do have some. We do have some more. I lied. We're good. We're good.
Sanitäter!
Der geht in Flammen auf.
Zur Stelle, Hauptmann.
Transportkommando bereit.
Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur lohnende Ziele. Wie wäre es mit Trommelfeuer?
Mich hat's erwischt!
Well, we have our first fighter casualty.
Adler 1 bereit.
Unten bleiben!
Von hier aus hat man eine tolle Aussicht.
Verstanden. Bin unterwegs. Jagdflugzeug bereit.
Very unfortunate, but inevitable.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt!
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung.
Wiederholen Sie, Gefechtsstand. Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung. Und noch Feind. Nur lohnende Ziele. Der geht in Flammen auf.
Fuck.
Feind in der Nähe. Beschützt die Artillerie.
Yeah, these enemy planes, not only are they vastly outnumbered, but there's also some ground-based AA messing with them too. Overall, leading to them not having a particularly good time.
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt? Lass mich raus! Ich will nach Hause! Lass mich gehen!
Ziel vernichtet.
Sie wünschen, Hauptmann?
Yeah, they're not having an amazing time. And we're pretty much suppressing their artillery as it comes out. I'm not seeing a lot of enemy artillery having much effect on the battlefield.
Ziel vernichtet.
Die haben wir niedergemäht.
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung. Horrido!
Wir können nicht mehr. Feind gesichtet. Ziel auffassen.
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans!
Okay, maybe the counter battery isn't all under control, because I think we just
Ich will
lost
nach
a
Hause! Lass mich
Morse.
gehen! Der geht in Flammen auf. Lageinformation.
Sanitäter!
Bodenstelle. Was steht auf dem Plan?
Maybe these guys do have to help a little bit with that. Like,
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung.
counter battery roll.
Horrido!
Geschützbereit, Herr Kommandant.
Ich gerade noch für den Rückflug. Ohne uns wären sie blind.
Feind gesichtet. Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen.
Der Treibstoff reicht gerade noch für den Rückflug.
Okay, so now the enemy has their heavier mortars and stuff available, or their I guess Katyushas are technically heavy mortars. They have their Katyushas available, I should say, and we don't get any more points. So they're gonna have a little rush of guys that come out. We're going to want to suppress them as much as we can. Dude, their fighters are getting shredded. Ah, it looks like they're bringing out these right here, right off the bat,
Gerade noch für den Rückflug.
helping take down my fighters. Let's pause here and get 2 more fighters out, and we'll have them just tell them explicitly their job is to wipe out these Maxims.
Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur lohnende
Also, we don't
Ziele.
want to lose our 1 reconnaissance
Ich
plane,
laute die Befehle, Hauptmann.
so let's not risk that.
Adler 1 bereit. Jagdflugzeug bereit. Der geht in Flammen auf. Wiederholen den Gefechtsstand. Feindgesicht, Ziel auffassen!
Verstanden. Kehre zurück zum
Well,
Stützpunkt.
the downside, at least if they're deploying those Maxims, then they're not deploying other things, which are like legitimately much more dangerous to me. The Maxims are annoying. Through like just suppression of the area, through like a lot of planes, I think we can mitigate their effect a lot.
Ich will nach Hause! Lass mich gehen!
Ein Abschussring mehr.
Feuer bereit.
Mich hat's erwischt!
Keep firing at will, boys.
Erwischt!
Lass mich!
Flieger sind
Let's
Sieger.
have him evac. I want this guy going down. Oh, we lost him anyway. Oh well.
Verdammt, ich wurde schwer getroffen!
Oh my god.
Wieder
Oh
Feuer.
my god.
Nur lohnende
Oh my
Ziele.
god. Delete the enemy.
Indianer
Holy
voraus,
shit.
bereit für den Angriff.
Wir haben Verluste erlitten!
Yeah, I think whatever enemy was there is dead now.
Aufklärer zu Ihren Diensten. Victor,
Scheiße, es hat einen erwischt!
fahren Sie fort, Bodo.
Yeah, kill those Katyushas, man. They're really effing dangerous.
Horrido!
Jawohl, Herr Hauptmann.
Der Treibstoff reicht gerade noch für den
Ah, my
Rückflug.
mortars, right as they got set up. Ooh, and we've got enemy planes here in these other sectors. They're no longer sticking in just their
Fahren
previous
Sie fort,
area.
Bodo. Horrido!
So we've got a much more active air battle developing now with more losses. Instead of just this massive swarm of planes, which I'm used to now.
Ein Abschussring mehr.
Dude, whatever enemy artillery pieces here, man, like, you guys got it. Like, shit.
Mich hat's erwischt!
Feindgesicht, Ziel auffassen!
There's not really a lot else I can do now. I think just increasing the reconnaissance so that we can have maybe
Verdammt,
a
ich wurde schwer getroffen!
slightly better picture of where the enemy artillery is. Other than that, though, I mean, we good.
Indianer voraus, bereit für den Angriff. Der geht in Flammen auf. Verdammt, ich wurde schwer getroffen! Erwarte Anweisungen. Der geht in Flammen auf.
But looks like, fortunately, they have a total defeat soon. So
Guter Schuss.
I think our efforts have not been in vain. Our early concentration on counter batteries really smothered the enemies. They haven't been able to get much out on to attack me.
Lageinformation.
Volle Deckung.
Horrido!
Wir sind getroffen!
Der Treibstoff reicht gerade noch für den Rückflug. Victor, ohne uns wären sie blind. Verdammt, ich wurde schwer getroffen! Horrido! Fahren Sie fort, Bodo.
Wir stehen unter Beschuss.
Der geht in Flammen auf.
Flak 20 mil down.
Ich habe hier das Kommando. Vorwärts und immer die Augen offen halten.
Erwischt!
Jawohl.
Looks like that's definitely from like counter battery effect. Meanwhile, we're obliterating wherever their artillery is.
Hauptmann, Siegpunkt erreicht. Raus mit euch.
Vorwärts und immer die Augen offen halten.
Mich hat's erwischt. Wollen Sie mitfahren?
Yeah, our recon didn't reveal much, which I kind of expected just because I kind of
Das
already had him in
Treibstoff
like
reicht
the
gerade
best
noch für den
spots.
Rückflug.
Like,
Verdammt, ich wurde schwer getroffen.
but I thought maybe a little bit extra, you know, wouldn't be terrible. Looks like
Feind direkt vor eigener
lose,
Stellung.
looks like we're gonna lose a couple support guns here just due to their counter fire.
Fast erwischt.
Oh, and the Katyushas, which my mortar crews just eked out, not being obliterated. That was a very good KD. All of these guys became aces or near aces right in one battle. Interesting that these guys killed what I would consider a specialty anti-infantry unit. Well, that was definitely a decent battle. My Morsers just hammered them. We kept things under control. That was like if the last battle was almost out of control, like our forces were thin, we were in trouble, but this battle, we had everything under control, basically. 4 fighters to 29. Oh, 34, 38, so very good. And put a dent in there. Rocket forces, although not a lot. And definitely, you know, like if they participate in another battle, like it's not gonna make that much of a difference whether they have, what is this, 24 or, you know, 20 Katyushas, but it's always good to take some of those out. For sure. And these guys are all disorganized now, and these guys are moving. So I think next turn we have the possibility of actually possibly just routing this, and these guys look disorganized, so... I mean, sorry, these guys are already behind the lines, so we could maybe push this through to here or something, I don't know, but this looks good. I'm excited about prospects in this sector. Looks like that was all the attacks the enemy had. Like, these might have just been bombarded, although I'm not certain. These guys here look pretty well dug in. I hate it, but I'm considering a frontal assault here against this to try to take Jelgava. That'd be the only way. I don't see us... I can see getting Tukums under control, but Jelgava's another story. These guys, meanwhile, will have to push back because they lost their fortification. I'll have to make sure to remember to do that. Look at them moving their guys up and down. Gross. I don't know where the enemy rally points are. I assume like they're spawning here and here. Coming up this road. I'm not certain because I did notice they definitely started coming up this way. This is nice here. We can dig in this next turn and bombard everything that we can, which means that we'll be in a good, solid defensive position for if they choose foolishly to attack us. And being on the defense with those bunkers and with tanks, just OP. So, it's nice. It's nice, bro, for sure. I'm always kind of thinking about an offensive this way to take this, but not an option right now. But when they do things like this, it kind of becomes a little bit of an option. I don't know if they're spawning here or exactly or where, but I can tell troops are using this lateral road a lot, so cutting this would help. They might have a spawn point like here somewhere. Well, I doubt. Well, yeah, the guys coming down, so they might be spawning here and moving guys up here and down this way. But it's obvious that cutting this highway. Honestly, I would consider cutting this more vital than getting to Jelgava, because that disrupts their ability to communicate down to here. So if you're able to attack here, put a blocking position, and then move forces up to liberate well, hate to say it, but we're not liberating them, we're the Germans, but put a force here, defend this, cut their road going north-south, then we're in a good spot to hold this, and then push up and take Jelgava. And if we were able to do a swing like this, a connection, then of course it is a possibility that we cut off their whole northern side. Meanwhile, Tukums here, a little bit of a different situation, but we do have to take that soon because I'm certain they can spawn. I mean, the flag is here, so I'm pretty sure they can just spawn guys here. So we want to take Tukums before that becomes a possibility. Okay, Other than that, that is the end of their turn. Nothing crazy happened. Look at the totals here. 1,014 to 8817. Part of the reason for that is that artillery slaughter of that last game where we just were ripping them to shreds. And we took out a respectable amount of the artillery. Well, for now, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all for today. When we come back, we'll do our turn. We'll commence a limited offensive possibly here. Looks like their first tanks have arrived. These are not 76s, these are 85s, so dangerous tanks for sure. Want to watch out around those. Might kind of more sorely test our defenses. Can we attack here? Are they gonna... Yeah, they can't do anything, so I think we're good, but we'll have to see. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. I hope that y'all enjoyed. For now, this is Star Destroyer Gaming signing off.